everyone, Camino Teacher here. Welcome back to my channel. If you are looking to learn a new language fast, you are in the right place. I've been teaching languages for 38 years, and I know French, Spanish, German, and English, and a little Chinese. And today, I'm sharing my top 10 proven strategies to get speaking confidently in no time. So let's do this. Number 1. Immerse yourself daily. Make your target language a part of your daily routine. Listen to podcasts during your commute to work, watch TV shows, Netflix in the language, read simple articles. The goal is to completely surround yourself with the language as much as possible. Even if you don't understand everything, at least you're going to get the sound system into your head, and you will be able to progress faster. So I highly recommend to immerse yourself. Tip number 2, you need to start speaking from day 1. Don't wait until you're fluent before you start speaking. Some people, for example, they are on Duolingo and they learn vocabulary and structures for years and years, and they never actually try to speak to anybody. So you need to find you a language partner or a tutor, or just talk to yourself. I have another video, what to do when you're just speaking to yourself, so make sure that you check that out. And you need to start speaking immediately. So that will build your confidence and train your brain to start thinking in the language. For example, I am starting on Chinese, so I actually go to the Chinese restaurant and I try out my Chinese with the ladies at the China Fun. So yeah, it's always fun to go in there. Tip number 3, use spaced repetition. So memorization is key, but cramming does not work. So trying to learn 10,000 words in 1 month, okay, it's not going to work out. You need to use spaced repetition to review vocabulary and grammar regularly. So there are many apps out there you can use. Personally, I'm on Duolingo right now, but there's Babbel, and there are many other apps, like there's Anki and different things. So I highly recommend. And Memrise, a lot of people believe that Memrise works really good. So tip number 4 is focus on your high frequency words. So try to learn the most common 1,000 words first. So in our French program here at school, we use the Voces program, and they focus on the most common words in French. And that really works very well for my students. These words make up about 80% of everyday conversations. So if you know these 1,000 words, then that would give you a huge boost. Number 5 is practice pronunciation early. So I tell my students, if you're not going to say it right, don't even say it at all. You have to pronounce correctly from the get-go. Bad pronunciation habits are so hard to break. If you keep saying polo instead of pollo, it's going to get ingrained in your brain, and you're not going to be able to change it over. So please, from the get-go, try to practice the sounds and accents right away. This is what Duolingo and these apps are good for, because you have to keep repeating after native speakers. And yeah, I highly recommend that you try to perfect your pronunciation early. Tip number 6, make your learning fun. So learning does not have to be boring. We have a lot of fun in my class. You can sing songs, play games, cook with recipes in the target language. You know, immerse yourself in the culture too. So whatever excites you, just make learning a hobby rather than a chore. So that's a good way to look at it. Make it a hobby, not a chore. Number 7, set clear language goals. You need to set short-term or long-term goals, not or, to keep yourself motivated. For example, right now on Duolingo, my goal is to make the Diamond League. I'm in Ruby, and I'm trying to move up to the next league, so I will reach Diamond in 3 or 4 weeks or so. So that's my goal. Also, I'm working on my Chinese. That's definitely a goal. So whether it's holding a 5-minute conversation with somebody or reading a short story, just have a clear target that makes it feel real. Tip number 8, practice your listening actively. Passive listening is good, but active listening is better. Try shadowing native speakers or repeating phrases from shows. It sharpens your comprehension and pronunciation. So when I watch my Netflix, I frequently write down phrases that I learned from there, like, new slangy terms that I've never heard before. I take a note of them. So practice listening actively. So by listening actively, I mean try to pick out certain phrases and vocabulary and take a note of them. Which brings me to tip number 9. Keep a language journal. You have to have a notebook of some sort. So for my Chinese, for example, I don't have a formal notebook. I just have these notes here. So yeah, every time they bring up new words on Duolingo, I write them down on this paper. So I have one side in English and the other side of the paper in Chinese. So this works very well. So write down the words and practice your sentences. I can review the words on my notes whenever I want to or I need to. And it just keeps you accountable and lets you see how far you've come. So when I look at my notes, so I have 4 pages of notes right now. It makes me feel good that I have learned so many words already. And finally, we must stay consistent. This is tip number 10. Consistency beats intensity. So that's a good way to look at it. It's better to practice a little every day than to cram once a week. So yeah, you have to keep it up. Like when I do my Duolingo, I do it every single day, even on the weekend. So build a habit and your skills will grow faster than you think. So that's it for today's video. Which strategy are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments what you think about this. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you wish, hit the bell for more language learning tips. So we have Camino content on this channel too, besides language learning. So on Sunday, we are headed to the Camino de Santiago in Spain. So if you hit the subscribe button, and you'll be able to follow us on the Camino de Santiago. There's going to be a lot of Spanish. So if you're interested in Spanish, especially, you want to follow this. So every day at noon, Eastern Daylight Time in the United States, which is 6 p.m. in Spain, we will do a live stream. So consider chiming in and listening to what's going on in Spain. So everybody have an awesome day, and I hope you enjoyed this video.